Hello, my loves. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Sorry, I was like, am I recording? Are we recording? Here we are. I'm just so grateful to be in this space. If you don't already know, my name is Randy Morgan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I just let myself flow. I connect to spirit, God, the heavens, the universe, life itself. I bring through both intuitive and channeled messages, as well as some very sacred wisdom that I've learned throughout navigating my life journey through lots of turbulent trauma and ups and downs, and finding your way back to center, and really just trying to get through what we're getting through and then make it to the side where we're not trying to get through life anymore. And so, what I present here is around emotional mastery, self mastery, life mastery, um, just all of the above that helps us get closer to a life of ease, a life of inner peace. I know it seems overly simplistic, but at the end of the day, what we're experiencing is internal always. No, it doesn't matter what goes on out here. Of course, like to some extent it does matter, but everything that's happening is happening between this year and this year. And so my journey, my intention, my inspiration, my passion, you could say, is to make that navigation a little bit easier, a little bit more graceful, a little bit more fun and playful along the journey. And to, yeah, really learn how to navigate our emotions with more joy, more ease, less resistance. And so I open up this space. I don't know what we're going to talk about today. You know more than I do because there's a title to this video. And so I just let whatever's going to flow. And so it feels like, just as I unpack that intro, as it's very inconsistent, my intros fluctuate with me and the flow. The inconsistency and change and all of these feel like percolating in today's topic, and so I'm gonna listen to that and just lean in. Maybe we'll pull some cards. I like to read into collective energies sometimes. There's all kinds of avenues that this could take, and so I'm just grateful. I want to share my gratitude if you're here with me right now. Thank you so much for being in this sacred space. Welcome. If you resonate with what I share today or in any of my videos, you are soul tribe. You are part of this collective that is here to make great change, that knows they're here for more, that feels this calling deep in their soul, even though if they don't know what it is, there's something pulling you forward or something making you stick out, in other words. And you're on a journey to deliver and serve, and you also know that your journey is a little bit different than everyone else's, or it seemingly seems to be that way. And so welcome. This is where we are safe to be as we are and show up as we feel, and hold space for that with all the love and compassion that those parts of us that are uncomfortable or shadowy or aren't always most fun to confront. We meet those parts with love. We meet them with compassion. We meet them with just a level of maturity and patience, curiosity, to just understand them on a little bit of a deeper level, and allow life to be as life is, without resistance. And so this is a reoccurring theme in all of my conversations, is how we release resistance. And so maybe we'll just tango with that for a moment. I apologize. I have a barking, whining dog in the background. He is showing me how upset he is that I'm not giving him attention. And so right now I'm feeling conflicted. I'm like, do I turn off the video or do I keep going? And that kind of segues us into this topic of things, life is lifing. Life is challenging us. Life is pulling us in directions that, and I may be making things, what's that word? Convoluted. Let's straighten this out. Spirit, can you help me straighten this out? Mm. We're navigating so much different energy in life right now. I mean, always we are, but I feel like at this moment in humanity, in our conscious evolution, there's some profound new energies and insights and things that are unraveling. And those things require us to process, digest, take in information on a different level of our mental capacity, we could say. And so I'm just going to set this intention really quickly because I know what's coming through feels like webbed and layered and hard to describe and communicate. And so I set this intention that it's going to come through as clearly as possible to deliver the message um, that whoever is listening to this is here to receive. Excuse me. Um, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot unraveling. There's just a lot. And it's super duper important. I don't know why. I've recently started talking with my hands. I'm sorry. They're there. And I know they're loud. Okay, but we're dealing with things over here and we're dealing with things over here. And in here and out there and up in here and down there, and it's really important for us to find and I don't know why the word entertain in here more than just like all of the things that we're navigating around. It's like, okay, yes, we're taking in a lot of wisdom. Yes, we're taking in a lot of information. Yes, we're learning a lot of new things. We're upgrading, we're up-leveling. There's all these things happening in the collective and in the world and there's change, right? There's all these shifts happening. But it's really important that we meet ourselves where we need to be met. And I don't know if this is coming through just it feels like what's coming out of my mouth. And maybe it's making more sense than my brain can actually articulate right now. But it feels like there is, like I'm reading instructions in a different language right now. That is what this feels like. And so maybe there's something there, and life is throwing things at us. Like, you throw darts at a dartboard, we're the board. Life is the darts. It's the weirdest metaphor. And and we want to learn how to take what life throws at us with ease, right? Not with resistance or restriction. And as I'm doing right now, my channel is throwing things at me that are, yeah, making this whole conversation sound very convoluted and indirect and like I'm beating around a bush quite unintentionally. You watched me all set an intention to be clear, but the message, the channel, whatever's coming through right now is very like you're witnessing through. If you've gone this far into the video, you understand. And part of the journey, my hands are driving me crazy. Part of the journey is watching what life is throwing at you, is like taking it and trusting that no matter how no matter how confusing it may be or illogical. Is that a word? Or how confusing or you know, it's not always supposed to make sense, but our journey, our path of least resistance, becoming resistantless to life, to meet life with grace, to meet challenges with ease, and navigate through them with ease is to trust whatever is coming through has a divine purpose, to trust whatever is being thrown at us or whatever obstacles we're facing has its divine purpose. And that is what is so funny about this whole, I don't know how far we're in here, 12 minutes? Oh no, yeah, 12 minutes of this conversation has been just me navigating, not understanding what's coming out of my mouth, not understanding what Spirit's trying to relay, or what's coming through the channel, or what my wisdom rant is doing, and just trusting it, trusting that, it's almost like giving way to the judgment, giving way to how it's supposed to be, or how it should look, or, you know, and I'm just showing up. That's all we're supposed to do is just show up and navigate with as much ease, comfort, or not comfort. Comfort isn't always on that forefront, but with as much trust and faith in the process, in the unfolding, because as I unravel, in the midst of unraveling, I'm like, oh my God, this doesn't make sense. I should just turn it off, start over, find a different topic, blah, blah, blah. But the whole part about me showing up into this space and today's conversation topic is to trust that ever unfolding process that we can't see. We can't see the end results through. The path is unclear. Every time I open up this space, it's very unclear. All I know is I'm just grateful to be here. Oh, and that brings us back. Full circle. Oh, I love when we come full circle. So for full circle is being grateful, showing up like I just show up here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm here to share. I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but I just show up because it makes me happy. And then I trust the unraveling, and that's it. It may seem overly simplistic again, but it is really, if there is a key to life, show up with faith and trust and let yourself unravel. And let the exploration of your unraveling or of your creativity or of whatever it is that brings you joy, let it just keep lighting you up throughout all of the exploration, even if it doesn't make sense, even if I have actually no idea if this is making sense, but for some reason, I've got my angel numbers confirming 55. I had 44 and then 33. All of these numbers are showing up and confirming to me just to keep going, regardless of what my brain tells me, regardless of what thoughts are saying, or, I'm here because this makes me really happy, and I have a divine purpose to be of service in this world. And so it's just showing up and trusting the journey, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's unclear to you or confusing, or, yeah, even if your brain can't map it out, or there's no sequence to it. We think it should be 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and it's not. There's no sequence to it. It is like, what are those snakes and ladders games where it's just unpredictable? It seems we live in a world where so much of our lives have become predictable. We run patterns. We have autopilot in our body, in our brain, in our systems, our nervous system, right? The body keeps score. We keep score of others, maybe some more than others. And yet, life has this unpredictability to it, even though we can statistically, basically, do you know what I'm trying to say? That's not being said in this silence. Do you know what I'm trying to say through my long pause? The as much score as we can keep, I don't think we'll ever be able to understand the divinity in life's ever unfolding, no matter how many numbers and shapes and textures and colors that involves, or how much science-based data we can have. There's always going to be some level of magic that we cannot scientifically prove. Maybe we can, but not to my knowledge. And we think about consciousness, we think about our human consciousness and how it doesn't have a place, right? Is it in the brain? No. Because when the brain dies, consciousness separates from the brain. At least that's what I would consider with my beliefs. And so I guess with all of this weird conversational topics, we just gotta have faith. We gotta have faith, especially when it's really hard and it doesn't make sense, and trust that there's a magic that is beneath the surface, just waiting. And that magic comes and meets you when you are in joy, when you are in passion, when you are in purpose. When I say purpose, that doesn't mean your purpose or whatever you came here to bring to the world. No, it just means living life on purpose. What do children do? Children climb the playground intentionally, and then they jump off of it intentionally. Again, seems overly simplistic, but that's just it. Follow what brings you joy. Have faith along the way. Let the path unravel itself as we navigate it. And even in the moment when you feel like giving up because it doesn't quite make any sense, you find trust. And when you find trust and you keep going, it unravels itself. And it wasn't so scary after all. And it actually worked out better than you could have even imagined. nuggets of wisdom. I'm here for it. If you've made it this far into the video, please drop me a, what is the little magic sparkles? Little magic sparkle emoji. Let me know you made it to the end. Um, yeah, I appreciate you so much for being here, and I hope in some way, shape, or form this video was able to help you, even though it really didn't make a lot of sense to me. But I bet if I watch it, it's gonna make a lot of sense. Or maybe not. Maybe there's just a couple nuggets of wisdom that were meant to come through and how they came through for whoever needs to hear them, and I'm going to trust that. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Until next time, bye for now.